There's a reason that women live longer, Mark. Let me tell you. It is because we are stronger and we are happier at the end of the day than most men. And that is factual, and you know it.
When men are married to women who scream like you, they just want to die sooner.
I'm not screaming.
When you have you're the same one who bragged that she's so strong and so tough and doesn't need a man's money, yet you're taking alimony.
I have 3 children.
Okay, Mark.
You know what?
So, but you don't need a man's money.
All right, well, that's it.
Marc Rudov says he hears whining at home for free, so why pay for it at the theater?
Paying to hear women whine is as dumb as paying for cobwebs. If you just sit at home, you can get both for free.
Do they whine? I'm asking, do they whine?
No, they chat. They talk
Mark
about
says
things.
they whine. Why do you say they whine, Mark, if you've never watched it?
Exactly.
Lisa's a lawyer. She's whining right now. Neil, would you pay to hear that?
The only one whining here, Mark, is you.
My voice isn't going up 10 octaves. Neil, would you pay to hear that?
Now stop it.
Wait a second.
No,
This movie shows women at their worst. They're conniving, they're manipulative, they're miserable, they're complaining all the time. Who wants to pay to see that? I mean, come on. Any man who allows himself to get dragged to this movie, the title of his life should be Sex Out of Pity.
Oh, sorry. First of all,
that's not necessary.
First of all,
And let's not forget the National Organization of Whiners. And if you go to the NOW website, you can see they excoriate Sarah Palin. And what mistakes did Sarah Palin make? She loves her husband, a no-no with feminists, and she hates abortion. The fact of the matter is, feminism is sexism. The reason I like Sarah Palin is because she's achieved something without blaming men for anything, without whining, without complaining. That's why the feminists don't like her.
Mark, there are still people in the world who are uncomfortable with the...
Marriage is sickening. A bad marriage leads to bad health, and most marriages are unhappy and therefore unhealthy. Let's look at the facts. 50% divorce rate. We have more than 60% of women cheating on their husbands. More than 80% of women say in an AOL poll that if they were to marry their husbands again, they wouldn't do it. Either they wouldn't do it or they probably wouldn't do it. So if we just look at the state of marriage, it gives you an ulcer. Marriage is to health what the lottery ticket is to wealth. And every day a husband wakes up, he scratches his ticket and he says, lost again.
I don't think
Man.
Women are untruthful, they're unfaithful, and they're unabashedly mercenary. The gyno-judicial system allows them to commit paternity fraud, and that's exactly what's going on here, as Dan Springer said. You know, they just did a study in New Hampshire. They found 30% of men paying child support were not the biological fathers. And a recent study in Australia of 6,000 DNA tests showed that 25% of the women were lying. So this is an anti-extortion kit that men need. The fact of the matter is the DNA test helps the man because the man wants to know that he's not one of these defrauded guys. And the fact of the matter is women are having, 40% of children are being born out of wedlock today, and they're accusing men left and right. You're the father, you're the father. If women don't know who the father is, that means that they're sluts, and that's what's happening today.
All right, look, Mark.
If the courts would say, if you're an unwed mother, no welfare, no child support, guess how many women would have babies out of wedlock? 0.
Oh, imagine, Mark, for just imagine, for one horrific split second that we were married. Wouldn't you want to be doing some chores to make me happy, Mark, just because you liked me and wanted to make me happy, Mark?
First of all, Lisi Poo, I don't know if it's possible to make you happy. A couple of segments ago, you asked me to imagine being married to you. And ever since then, I've been hooked on Tums. So I think that's really where the sickness came in.
Hello Kitty is saying hello to boys. The Japanese company behind that cute little pink and white cat was now going to market a version for boys. Marc Rudov says this proves manhood is under attack, but attorney Jennifer Brandt says, lighten up. It's just a little cartoon cat. So Mark, it is. It's a cute little cat. What has you so hot and bothered?
It's part of a growing trend to feminize boys and trivialize fathers. No real man wants to see his son walking around with Hello Kitty on his shirt. I mean, come on, this is ridiculous. This is proof that fathers, no longer have any control over their sons. And when you have a 50% divorce rate and a 40% out-of-wedlock birth rate, what do you expect? boys,
Mark, it
they
sounds
would
like you
reject
had a
this
problem
stuff.
with your mom. What's going on here?
I don't have any problems with my mom. I have a problem with you, Jennifer.
Oh, and we unfortunately just lost Jennifer. So, Mark, you do get the
Well, that's
last.
what happens when you make a ridiculous point.
All right, I can't argue with it. You might.
Well, I did not know this, but men are feeling feminized, undervalued, frustrated. A brand new survey showing more than half of the guys out there say that women are making the rules. They just got to follow them. My next guest says that has got to change.
Look, men kowtow to women all the time. We saw this on Valentine's Day. I told men to boycott Valentine's Day. Most men are too chicken to do it. Here's the problem. Men are Rambo when the topic is Osama bin Laden, but Bambi when the topic is women. Men need to grow a pair, become a man, get over it, and stop kowtowing to women.
If
Every room you're going to enter?
you men are such babies. You can't live under anybody else's rules. If you're buying into quote-unquote women's rules,
like
whatever that means, Mark.
The Minnesota Department of Human Rights has declared Ladies' Night promotions at bars against the law, calling it gender discrimination. But if a private business wants to attract clientele, shouldn't they be allowed to offer them discounts?
We're still only being paid 77 cents on the dollar. So if we get a little bit of a luxury of a girls' night out where we don't spend quite as much, come on.
All right, now, Mark, how do you argue with those points?
Oh, you can't argue with those points because they're totally fallacious. So let's stick to the facts.
The Human Rights Board of Minnesota is wasting their time on Ladies' Night. Why don't they go and check out hairdressers that charge women 2 or 3 times as much to get their hair cut?
When your hair is as short as mine, you can pay what I pay for a haircut. This is a totally bogus, fallacious argument.
True.
Women are not entitled to have anything for free, Lise. Get over it. Women are not entitled to free drinks
guys. Lisa and
or
Mark,
free
thanks
anything.
very much.
Today's American man is built like a Ken doll, smooth between the legs. It all comes down to tears, tantrums, and sex. He'll do anything to avoid her tears and tantrums and anything to get sex. So now he's living in a gynocracy, and that's basically it in a nutless shell.
Oh, my goodness.
All right.
I can't believe it.
Well, good thing we kind of had the whole, nipple ring thing going, so we kind of set the stage.
Theme.
All right, so we got a theme.